4 once again with NASCAR Heat 3. And in this episode of our season with Matt Crafton's number 88 Menards Ford, we are going to be completing race 21 of 23, the second race in the second round of the playoffs, the round of 6, which is the Jag Metals 350 at Texas Motor Speedway. In the last episode, we went to Martinsville Speedway where we finished in third place behind, I think, John Hunter Nemechek and Johnny Sauter, who won the first, second, and final stage of the race, complete and total domination, so he's now locked into the final 4. But we got a lot more to talk about. Brett Moffitt got the pole, but then failed pre-race inspection. Grant Enfinger started in third place, or got third in qualifying, but he had to move to second place because of Brett Moffitt being sent back. So Johnny Sauter took the pole, and if that hadn't happened, I think Johnny Sauter would have not won that race, or at least wouldn't have dominated as much. Of course, he would have started on the outside like Grant Enfinger had to do, and I don't know what would have become of that. There's just a lot to think about, but Brett Moffitt didn't recover from being sent to the back of the field. I guess he had to really decrease the quality of his truck or something to make it through the inspection. And the Grant Enfinger, with like 5 laps to go, blew a tire. Oh, that race was just so freaking action-packed. It was just a freaking mess, but at least I finished decently. If we can keep on doing this, even if I don't win a race, which should happen tonight at Texas, unlike last time we came here, then, yeah, we can make it in without a win, just going into the Homestead for the Final 4. But Stuart Friesen is now in the cutoff spot, just above the line for Brett Moffitt and Grant Enfinger. We're using another paint scheme in this race that we just got in the December update. I don't know what's on the hood, but we're going to find out whenever we get to qualifying. This is my second tape starting to record this video, because the first time I was about to start qualifying, I was going down the backstretch. And then I got one of those Amber Alert things on my phone, and sadly it stopped recording video, so I'm like, well, I don't want to lose syncing trying to edit this stuff, so I just deleted it and then start over all over again. So, please, don't give me alerts for shit that I don't care about. I'm a soulless, stupid excuse for a person that does not care about all these ridiculous weather and crime alerts in my area. Okay, like, I'm sick like that. I care more about my fucking video game. You guys have already heard it before on my channel many times where I say I don't like being dressed the same way in back-to-back videos, just like wearing the same shirt or something like that, because I don't want to give off the feeling like whenever you watch a video that I'm just recording all my videos in the same time period. Even though we all know I'm full of shit, and I actually am. I just like, let's make it look like that I'm not. So this time I'm like, well, we're going to unzip the jacket because in the last episode my jacket was zipped. So now I got the polyester Spider-Man jacket, polyester shirt, polyester fetish. I mean, who doesn't like polyester? You? Okay, fuck you. Okay, so we're going to be using setup 6 because, I have to put on 7, which is I usually do that for the Xfinity Series, maybe even 8. I do that because the Xfinity Series cars are really tight. But the trucks, I want to have it, set the same thing that I kind of do for the truck series, the Cup Series, because they have the same kind of weight to them. I mean, the back end is a little bit looser with the trucks, but they're slower, so it kind of feels the same at tracks like this. So we're going to select 6. We're going to go to the next session, go into qualifying. Once again, I just poked myself in the face. Why is Haley Deegan get the first pit stall? Is it like ladies first, or she's not a full-time driver? I don't think she's done a single Camping World Truck Series race at all in her entire career. But it couldn't be ladies first, because in NASCAR 82, I don't recall Jennifer Jo Cobb having the first pit stall on pit road. Unless Jennifer Jo Cobb secretly, she's like some kind of different feminist, and she doesn't want to be treated with that kind of respect. I don't know what the hell's going on. But is it like a marketing technique? Alright guys, no off-throttle time at this track. I should be less concerned with 704 Games marketing techniques and more concerned with my abilities to not poke myself in the face for the second time this month. I swear I did that 2 weeks ago or 2 weekends ago, whatever. So, the sponsor on the hood of this truck is Chi-Chi's. My first thought was is that like Church's, but with more cheese? Church's, like the Popeyes second brand restaurant thing. I let off the gas going into turn 3. I probably didn't need to. This is a no off-throttle time track. We're starting 10th on the outside. Can Johnny Sauter, because he doesn't matter, gets into the back of the field so I can have 9th place, me on the inside, please? Or somebody, please. Nope. You could have given me that at Martinsville Speedway, which is great, but you couldn't give it to me here where it's my home track and I have a better chance of winning. I wasn't expecting to win at Martinsville Speedway. I was just expecting to get a top 5 at best. And I did. Got a podium, but no one cares about the podium in NASCAR to begin with, but still. Got Ben Rhodes up there. Not concerned with him. Stuart Friesen. Haley Deegan looks a bit slow today. Their team has their work cut out for them. But don't worry, they have the first pit stall, which is bullshit. Yeah, Stuart Friesen. He's starting on the pole. This fucking Amber Alert bullshit. It better fucking stop. I'm getting pissed off. I can't even pay attention to what's going on because stuff that shouldn't exist is existing in my content. People like, you can't be state racist. I can't take this Amber Alert bullshit in my content. Green flag is out for the second time for me and the first time for you. We pull down in front of Grant Finger, who started next to me. But he's still got the inside, so that's good. I got to the inside, so yeah, no harm, no foul for our team over here. You keep on moving forward. I'll keep on moving forward. Trying to keep it to the bottom of the corners. A while ago, I seem to be having problems keeping it down here because it would get a little tight in. Really, all I need, I don't need to allow the gas. I just need to have a higher dive into the corner. But whenever we're like 3 wide or whatever like this, it's a bit of a struggle. Looks like Johnny Center just lost a bunch of momentum being on the outside of that third lane whenever we're 3 wide. But it's okay because Johnny saw he don't matter. He's got to win. He's locked into the final 4, so it don't matter. Ben Rhodes started in second place outside of the pole, and he's fallen back a good bit. Really seems like anybody except for me that started on the outside had a horrible start to this race. So our first stage, 3 laps, and we got 1 to go now, and I'm trying to get around Todd Gillen, get into 3rd place so that I can have myself a total of 8 stage points, and then of course the inside the next restart, assuming that we're not taking pit stops after this one. I don't think we're going to be even capable of passing Parker Kligerman. Trying to get a run down the back stretch. Yeah, I just need to finish this pass on Todd Gillen right here. This truck is pretty darn tight going to these corners. Like, I'm having that dive that I need. I feel like I'm still struggling, though. And our worn tires seem like these AI last time we came here, they were really catching me towards the end. But there you go. Got our 8 stage points. We were not going to be capable of getting to 2nd place, like I said, but we got our 8 stage points. We're going to be at the bottom of the next one. Okay, so no pit stops. We can't make it to the end. We're going to have 1 pit stop for stage 2, I suppose. And I really hope I don't lose a bunch of freaking ground during that one. Now, let's go ahead and try to win the 2nd stage. I mean, we're starting in the bottom row, and the leader's right in front of us. So if we get a good enough restart, we can pass him going into turn 1. And that is what the plan is. I should be able to do that, because we got a really good start whenever the race began. For the second fucking time on the outside of Grant Finger, whom I don't know where he finished in that first stage. I think I see him on the outside just over there in like 6th place. Maybe that's like 8th place. But yeah, we got that good run underneath Stuart Friesen. Golly, man. Stuart Friesen on the pole. He's trying to make the final 4. I don't think that he deserves it. I don't think he really earned it. And of course, once we come off turn 2, they get massive runs and they get this shit. I'm trying to side draft him, keep him from getting to the inside of the next corner, but just couldn't do it. Now I'm right behind him. If I'm aggressive enough, I should be able to get underneath him, just like we did with Todd Gilliland, and make that pass. And Todd Gilliland, he's not in this round of playoffs, but still, he's racing hard. I'm not going to complain about anyone racing me too hard or some shit. But like, if it gets to the point where I'm like losing my chance to make it to the final 4 because someone's racing me that hard, like, then that's a freaking problem. I'm not going to put up with that shit. That's not exactly what Eric Almirola did. Like, he was just getting commonly raced and he got upset whenever he lost control of his car because he wanted to blame Joey Logano for it. But I think it's taking a whole new level whenever they're just like running me off the track or giving me no freaking room. Like, I don't want to be put in that situation by someone that I shouldn't have to worry about. But yeah, I don't mind having to race Stuart Friesen to get into the next round, the final round. It's right there in front of me. Trying to get a good run underneath him as we come off of turn 2. Oh, got to that quarter panel. I was trying to get my nose just underneath him so I could find myself pushing up against him and having the inside down the back straightaway. And we got there. Oof, if we had rivalries in this game, man, if we had rivalries in this game, Stuart Friesen would be crashing into me. And yeah, I would have deserved it. Johnny Sauter, Johnny fucking Sauter, go away. I don't need this shit. I need my stage points. I need my extra playoff point. Fuck you, Johnny Sauter. Trying to get underneath Stuart Friesen, can't do it. Johnny Sauter putting too much pressure on my ass to make me focus on the damn lead. Stuart Friesen got loose off the freaking corner because his tires were smoking. I'm going to have to let Johnny Sauter by. Or maybe I can keep the position on the outside. No. I tried to bump him to slow down his momentum and said all I did was slow down mine. Fucking Johnny Sauter. Why do you even have to exist? I mean, it makes me a hypocrite because I was doing that to the AIs whenever we went to the Motorsport Park, Canadian Tire, whatever. We get enough fuel to make it to the end. We'll get right sides because the left side tires, they're only like 82% worn. And looks like we're keeping 3rd place. So yeah, we're all in the same strategy. And last time I think I won the 2nd stage instead of losing it to Johnny Sauter. I mean, I didn't actually lose to Johnny Sauter. I lost to Stuart Friesen and Johnny Sauter, but Johnny Sauter should not have been part of the equation. We get another great restart. This time, and have to try protecting all lanes coming out of turn 2. Last time, I just kind of let Stuart Friesen get to me on the outside. Slide up, keep your eye on that mirror, JC. There we go. All I had to do was that last time, and I think I would have been fine. I think Johnny Sauter still would have gotten to me or something like that, but no. This truck just didn't want to turn, and he carried so much more speed going to the corner somehow. So Todd Gilliland's in the lead. And he don't matter. He don't need a win. I don't know if I really need a win because I'm being consistent in this round in the playoffs. You know, third place. Could get second place to Todd Gilliland if I can't get past him. But still, I want that win to lock myself in. And I got to keep on putting up with drivers that don't matter. Simple as that. They don't matter. Don't tell me that they matter. They don't fucking matter. Ugh. Good turn 2. Trying to gain that time. The thing is, whenever I gain time on him like that, I'm sacrificing the bottom by trying to stay up to speed by staying on the throttle. I have to slow down to keep it to the bottom just so Moffitt doesn't get underneath me. The thing is, they can just stay at the bottom just fine like it's nothing. We've got 3 laps to go, and Brett Moffitt is just flying now that he's past me. If he gets past Todd Gilliland, then good on him. But at the same freaking time, it's going to suck. Yeah, it's going to happen. Because now he's locked in. Man, I blame Amber Alert. Coming off turn 4, white flag is out. Brett Moffitt, once he got past me, got past Gilliland, took off. He's just out of here. So yeah, what a recovery from Brett Moffitt after having to deal with that pre-race inspection deal at Martinsville. My game is lagging. Is this about to be like same thing as last time except for Brett Moffitt? Because that would suck if a caution came out and we had a restart for him. I mean, I don't think I'd feel as bad, but I still feel pretty bad for him. But I just hate how in this game on Tire where the AI, they stand superior and you can't keep up with them anymore. I understand Tower keeping passes from being easy to make, but I don't think the point where you can't even keep up with anybody anymore. It's like that in a lot of NASCAR games, but I just feel like we shouldn't have to deal with it at this point. They should be able to get rid of that crap. Tire would be the same for everybody. As much as I want Grant Enfinger to make it into the Final Four, if he does win at ISM by some miracle and he gets in, I'm only 6 points in front of John Hunter Nemechek. So if that's the scenario, I have to finish at worst behind John Hunter Nemechek 6 positions. I can't finish any further back than that. I also have to worry about stage racing and playoff points. But Sauter and Moffitt take up the first 2 spots. And Stuart Friesen, something happened to him because he's 20 points behind now. But yeah, we got 2 races to go, and they're both taking place next weekend. First up is the Lucas Oil 150 at Phoenix International Raceway at ISM Raceway. So apparently this race is taking place at 2 tracks at the same time. That is very interesting. And then we've got the EcoBoost 200 at Homestead Miami Speedway, the Final 4 race. So I'm very confident we'll be able to make our way in, unless somehow Stuart Friesen or Grant Enfinger wins that race. And if that's the case, then, like I said, at worst, 6 positions behind John Hunter Nemechek, and that's just to sum it all up. I just don't know my chances because we just weren't that good at Phoenix, and I don't know what the difference between Phoenix and ISM is yet whenever it comes to this game offline racing. This was probably my first offline race at ISM in this entire game. But see you next time. That's that, and episode over.